What's poppin', y'all? This is DJ with One Shot Game, man. You already know how the motto go. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the knowledge you need to help improve your life. The choice is yours on which route you choose to take. Now, as I always say, you get two choices. The ability to faithfully settle with the life that has been set out for you, or the ability to pave the path towards your destiny. That choice is also up to you. So before I get into the title of my video, I want to say a big shout out to all my supporters. You guys are great. And even the ones behind the scenes, I see y'all too. So look, I think right now we're in a world where a lot of people are basically trying to discover who they are. You know what I'm saying? And that's ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of person, I give everyone the benefit of the doubt because I'm not perfect. I done been through some things, you know what I'm saying? And to judge somebody else will be to judge myself. But again, some of us in the world are very sensitive to physical touch. You know what I'm saying? Because of the simple fact that when you're someone that's an old soul, you can see the darkness inside of someone that may not exactly be inside of them, but has been carried through their bloodline. You know what I'm saying? That's impacting where they are in life now and all their descendants. And you know what I'm saying? It's complicated sometimes for people to understand that a lot of people who are old souls and extremely sensitive to energy, it is hard for physical touch to be established if they can sense something in you that you probably are not aware of inside yourself. Now, wise woman once told me that you can't trust anybody. And I believe that to an extent, because sometimes a person's facial expressions or what they truly see in life can't be what's on their heart. But oftentimes, like, people have a way of disguising them very good. You know what I'm saying? For me, in my world, in my reality, growing up, there wasn't a lot of physical touch between me and my family members. And oftentimes people would be like, that's your trigger. That is, you know, the part of you where you're so triggered at. And maybe that could be the truth, you know what I'm saying? Because if we were more understanding of ourselves and not the darkness inside of us, it would be more easier to hug. But because of that, I have to deal with the circumstances and consequences that come with that, which means now these days it's hard for me to be desensitized to physical touch. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so sensitive and I'm aware of the things inside someone that they may not be able to see inside themselves. If you are, you know what I'm saying, allowed to touch me, sometimes it makes my energy fluctuate. So you always got to keep some snacks on hand. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like for me personally, a child can come up to you and touch you or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But they have a ton of darkness from either the father or the mother. And it's not necessarily theirs because they're still a child, but it's in that bloodline. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not fully okay with who you are, you will consume that darkness and it will turn you into the very thing that consumed them. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's hard for me personally to be able to be around that for long periods of time, you know? And a lot of people in the world now these days, what they're trying to do is make those people who are extremely sensitive to energy be around people so that, you know what I'm saying, you won't be able to change what's always been set in stone, which is the ability for people to never truly really know who they are, but follow in line after the person before them. That keeps the system going. But I truly, really love being myself. I really, truly love being who I am. It is so much happiness inside myself to wake up every day realizing that I don't got to play a part for somebody else to be happy. I could care less about how happy you are in your life. That has nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? But again, once you start to figure out the dynamics of life, you'll start to realize that sometimes you're put in a situation where it's a test to see if you really are authentically yourself, or are you the type of person that's good at hiding it so that you can fall in line like everybody else. Like you're really truly like everybody else behind the scenes. You just do a good job at acting. You know what I'm saying? You do a good job at picking up other people's facial expressions and energies, and you pretend and shapeshift and be everybody that everybody wants you to be on a daily basis, but it's never really truly yourself. But when you're alone at night and it's just you by yourself, the real you comes out. You know what I'm saying? You can't hide from that part of yourself either. And if you really living in your darkness, you really living in your darkness. And it's hard for you to be around someone long term because they will discover that about you. And that's the part that you tend to hide. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's crazy, but it's a real thing. So you got to be mindful and be aware that there are some people out here that, you know what I'm saying? It's not that they are triggered. It's not that they are unhappy. It's just being the fact that they're sensitive and old souls. If someone touches them, it seriously depletes their energy. You know what I'm saying? Because they have to be in high vibrational environments to keep their level of energy on a high level. Otherwise, being in low vibrational, environments and allowing everyone to touch them can drain them. And it's cool for a little bit, but after a while, they got to be able to regenerate by themselves. You know what I'm saying? But again, imagine learning something that you never thought you would have to learn. People get confused. They don't understand. So the test, I think, really is for you to know yourself. You know what I'm saying? For you to truly know who you are, so you can do what's necessary for you to be able to sustain who you are in this life. Otherwise, people will let their judgments, their ideas, how they feel about themselves kill you off in the spirit. It's very toxic. You know what I'm saying? It's so toxic, it's insane. So you never have to explain yourself to nobody. It's not a crime for you to be yourself. It's nothing wrong with you being who you are. It's just, no matter what obstacles you face, keep being yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't get in trouble for that. It's just going to offend people that just never had to learn something that they never thought they would have to learn. You know what I'm saying? For instance, an example would be learning certain things in school and then getting into the real world and realizing that you never have to use those things in like a job setting. So it's kind of like you having to reprogram and learn something all the way over. Knowledge is key. Information is vital. It's nothing wrong with learning new ways to understand people by understanding new knowledge. I do get triggered because I'm still human. But I also am very sensitive to certain energies, and people play and hide their hand really good by pretending to be one person, but behind the scenes, they're completely somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, say you meet somebody and maybe their great-great-grandfather was a murderer, and maybe they may have that sadistic way about them. You can't see it when you first meet them, but over time you will start to see the jealousy, the angriness, you know what I'm saying, the violence, and then it starts to come to the forefront why this person is like that, because they have a demonistic spirit that's attached to them that they don't show people, and it's not until you get to know them over time that you get a chance to see it. It's scary, but it's real life. Imagine being a person that lives in this world these days, and you can be able to see that before a person opens their mouth after all this time of trying to hide it. It's very scary. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll be thinking to myself, like, for the people that have made it this far by learning the lessons they needed to learn to become the version of themselves that's going to help uplift the world, is very chaotic and difficult, because some days you wake up not wanting to be what the universe, God, Allah, whoever you pray to, has made you become. And that's just by going through life lessons and never changing. It's difficult. You know what I'm saying? Because you battle yourself every day. The old version of yourself and all the lessons you mastered is comfortable to people in this new world. You know what I'm saying? It's comfortable to hide your feelings and not get triggered and act like they don't exist and get money, you know what I'm saying? But then the new version of yourself knows that those same very tactics are going to be the things that kill you off. I can't hide my feelings. I can't hide when I'm triggered. I can't hide when I need love. I can't hide when I can see that a person is not being genuinely themselves. I can see it. You know what I'm saying? And I know it. And before you even got a chance to come close to me, you know what I'm saying? I can see you before you probably see yourself. And that's difficult living in this type of world, because a lot of people don't want to see themselves. They only want to see the version that they present to everybody. It's complicated, chaotic, and difficult. You know what I'm saying? So again, I love physical touch, but from the right people. You know what I'm saying? People that are truly okay with being themselves. That's going to help me be able to keep my energy at a level where I can function. You know what I'm saying? Physical touch from people that are still battling themselves and learning how to love themselves deplete certain people to where, in order to survive, they have to be able to regenerate alone. You know what I'm saying? By themselves. So being around a bunch of people all the time, oftentimes, is a devil's tactic to try to get you to not fully be who you are, but be what they want you to be. You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is that you're doing in life, whoever you've become, continue to be that. No matter what you got to do to get that peace of mind, to you know what I'm saying, be in touch with yourself, to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing that. The universe, God, Allah made you that way. You can't change. You can't go backwards. You're too far ahead to even turn back. But again, don't take it personal. It's just people's energy levels are affected by physical touch from people that are not truly themselves. You know what I'm saying? It affects them on a major scale. So, if you don't know what it is, I just told you. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.